What's up, Dexter Noodles? I'm Jordan. Great to meet you.
Hey, Jordan.
Hi.
How's it going?
Man, I'm just chilling. I just feel so honored to be a part of release day. How does it feel?
Feels good, man. Yeah. And a little nervous. Not gonna lie.
I am as well because I have a pretty wicked caffeine high, but we'll work through it together.
Good.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So thank you for taking the time. April 16th, Let the Bad Times Roll. First album in 9 years. The title track came out. It's dope. It's fun. It's wrought with some resonating commentary. How did you arrive at this song? How is this? Was this like, yeah, this will be the single because it's the title track? Or how do we arrive at the sound, the lyrics, the rollout, all of that? Give us the juice.
That's a big question.
It's a big one. Off the
Yeah.
gate. Let's go.
I mean, everyone just seemed to really like the song. I guess that's about as scientific as it got, right? And we felt good about it. I mean, it does feel timely. It's something that we want to write about. It's been a hell of a year.
Mhm.
And
At the same time, this is one of the older songs, isn't it? At least the song structure wise.
it's evolved a little bit,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, it became clearer what we should write about as time went on, I
Yeah.
suppose. And we're hoping for better days soon, but we're not there yet.
We had the song Stuff Is Messed Up off the last record, right? Or no, a few records ago. Isn't that Rise and Fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that was like 10 years ago, and things haven't gotten any better.
You guys touched on this. You've never shied away from, commentary of social and political nature. But would you consider this the most outwardly political song in your discography?
I don't consider us a political band. I'll say that first. And when you're talking about Let the Bad Times Roll, there really is a personal side of this. There's a personal cost to people that can't work or, have gotten sick or have lost relatives and all that stuff. So it affects different people in different ways.
We try to ask questions, and it could be, about society, about, personal relationships. It could be about what we see happening in the world. In this case, it's what we see, happening in the world on, both the political stage and on the personal stage. So, it's more kind of like an expression of ideas that pose a question. That's what we're hoping for, rather than trying to tell people what to think this way or that.
I think so. When you say the word political, that sounds like you're going to try to force your opinion about something on someone. And that's not what we're trying to do at all. We're making observations and leaving it up to you to make your own conclusions.
That being said, you should all know.
maybe that says more about me than it does about you, the way I took it. But yeah, it's a lot more relatable and accessible when you come at it from it's not judgy, it's more asking questions and interrogating. And I appreciate
for sure.
I recognize the care and the intentionality on your part. I just, the lock her up in the second verse was like, oh, we're going there. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a tongue-in-cheek, nature to what we do for sure. I don't think it can come across as heavy-handed. I think it's got to be almost fun, dare I say.
Oh, it's very fun. I love those songs that are upbeat and it got me going with just from the jump with the acoustic guitars coming in, and then I was like, oh, they're saying something. I love that duality. It's the human existence. So
that's kind of the tension within the song. It's kind of like a nihilistic romp, right? Like that's we're all going to hell, but we might as well dance.
That's right. We're going for the spin class crowd.
Yes, I love Satan's spin class. It really gets me sweating. This is a kind of a tangent, but it ties in. Give me some space here. I was going down an Ashanti YouTube hole. I was just watching Ashanti interviews, and she said that she strives to make classics and not hits. I think that applies to you guys. I don't think the Offspring just has moment in time hit records. You have classics that transport people back to when they first heard the record. Like I remember when I first heard Self-Esteem, and you have quite the discography to live up to. How do you balance your artistic desires to progress creatively while also knowing that you have hardcore fans that love your classics?
We're just trying to make hits.
No classics? The hits become classics with time. I see you.
I mean, we honestly, we just try to make good songs.
Yeah.
I think, some of them may sound more, what's the word, commercial than others or whatever, but we're not so much thinking of it in those terms. Just try to make good songs, and then we pick the ones that seem to fit together as a record.
Mhm. So it was really more about cohesion. It's really about what's on the inside, because the most personal, the most artistic. You didn't really pay any mind to the expectations of your name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, we listen to music and that inspires us. You know, we listen to songs that we think are great, you know, whether it's, you mentioned Rock and Roll High School from the Ramones, you know, but bands we love, the Ramones, Rolling Stones, you know, could be anybody. And you go, man, I wish I could write a song like that. And that's kind of the starting point. You have and then you have a riff and you go, I'm going to make this as good as Stairway to Heaven.
Wow.
Just set the bar right up there.
This is my Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
I love it.
It might only be 3 notes, but it's our version.
Yeah.
Hey, it still slaps all the same. You mentioned a lot of iconic legends in your what's the word, in your grab bag of influence. What new artists have you been rocking with that inspire you, or are there any?
There's always great stuff happening new. There's not really a new band, but I love the Bronx right now a lot. Just one of the best punk bands I think happening right now. I love Billie Eilish. I think Billie Eilish is great. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening musically that's
Not
cool.
necessarily the same as us, but stuff that is cool.
I love Puddles Pity Party.
Hey,
He does a lot of covers. He's a sad clown. Does a
I
lot
rock
of
with
covers.
Noodles has sort of a sad clown thing.
I do. I have a fixation. Yeah.
that speaks to, we've all been sad clowns the last 11 months.
Yeah.
What new thing did you discover about the Offspring while writing this new record?
Well, that we could stay home for a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since we've gone a whole year without touring, and we were actually on tour when the pandemic hit. We had to fly home from South America, and it's almost been a year. It'll be a year and a couple of weeks here, right?
We were literally in Chile when the world shut down and scrambling to the airport trying to get back because we thought they were going to close the border.
What was that like the days leading up? So you're in Chile. How'd you get that information? Was it a tour manager? Was it family? How did that take me through that day where you realized like, oh, we got to pull the plug on it?
Yeah, well, we kind of knew that, what was happening. Things were starting to get shut down. We were supposed to meet up with some friends of ours in South America to play this show. And one of my friends in the band tweeted, a lot of people are going to learn the term force majeure before they even got on the plane, which they never actually got on. And it was a good thing that they didn't get on the plane because everything got shut down. But I looked at force majeure means, you're not legally responsible for this because it was an act of nature that shut everything down. So I was currently sober at the time. It was the beginning of the year. I decided to kind of take some time, give my liver a break. And
of course.
And I had a bet with a friend that if I didn't make it to 90 days sober, I'd have to do such and such. And I declared force majeure then and there. And I think I was on day 68 or something
started drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, we've all been there. I don't know how much box wine I've gone through the last year, but it's significant.
Box wine.
Yeah. I was going through boxes of vodka, but yeah.
I went through a pina colada phase. So I'm with you with different types of liquor. I didn't know they made such delicious mixes. I thought that pina coladas were just a restaurant thing. Oh no, they are not. You can bring them home. You can have some fun with that.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, store that back in your brain.
Yeah. If I'm doing rum, I think I'm going to do a Mai Tai more than a pina colada.
I didn't dig the Mai Tai. The Mai Tai mixes didn't do it for me, but maybe I was doing too much mix. I'm a sucker for the sugary drinks.
I'm more a straight alcohol kind of guy with beer chaser personally.
Just gonna water it down with some liquid bread. Just
too much sugar in Mai Tais and pina coladas.
What was your go-to pandemic panic comfort food? Like I was crushing like cookie dough like mad. What was so we talked about the drink. What about the food or the snack? What was your go-to?
Yeah, when I quit drinking again, I started in on the ice cream. When you quit alcohol, you start craving sugar and sweets, and so then I was doing ice cream for quite a bit. Yeah, had to quit that too now.
Ben & Jerry's, Breyers, store-bought brand. Let's get into
You know what? This is going to seem insane. 7-Eleven makes their own, it's salted caramel truffle ice cream. It's the best thing in the world. 7-Eleven's salted caramel truffle.
There you
ice
go.
cream.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
This interview is not sponsored by 7-Eleven. I don't think we have
No,
any
I
7-Elevens
get
in
no money.
Minnesota.
I get no money. It's just I can walk to 7-Eleven from my house.
This is organic. This is organic integration right here. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'll go find some salted caramel and get on your level.
It's to die for, I'm telling you.
So hard skirt the other direction. We're doing this thing on 93X. It's called the 40 albums that made 93X. Every day we play an album in its entirety from top to bottom, one like classic legendary album that helped shape our taste as Minnesota rock fans. And Smash is one of those albums. It's one of the albums that really put us, at least in Minnesota, on a direction of what we like, what we think is the dopest. In hindsight, what are you most proud of from that record?
I think I'm the most proud of. It was completely unexpected, and we were on an independent label who had a lot of heart, but not a lot of money. And the only way the record was going to succeed is on its own merits. That we didn't have the push at all, and somehow it just grabbed hold and took off.
I think it's still the #1 independent selling record of all time.
Let's just say that.
I don't want to fact check it. I just want to boom, flex. Do you have any Minnesota memories from that time? I know it's a long time ago. Do you have anything that sticks out from that tour, that cycle that happened in our lovely state?
We came through Minnesota a few times. It was First Avenue, more than once.
Then was it Will Rogers Auditorium? There was some auditorium named after some old-timey guy. We played there a few times. I remember roller skating with the Lunatics at that place.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. But such great shows. Really great.
You have a star on the side of the building, which isn't a very common thing.
Do we really?
I think so. Yeah, I think I remember. I remember.
We're gonna say we do, even if we don't. Yeah,
we don't fact check on these interviews. We just go for it. We say what we feel.
We wouldn't concede even if people found out otherwise, because to concede would be a sign of weakness.
We'll double down on it.
Our supporters don't want us to show weakness, so
we'll just say that they painted over it because they'd been there for a while. They've been up there. They had their history.
No, it's still there.
It's still there. Yeah, you're right.
It's the biggest star on the whole wall.
I should know.
Right.
Yeah, bigger than the gold Prince star, of course.
Yeah, totally. Prince who?
How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, I crossed the line.
That's too far. I'm leaving the meeting. No, I won't. How have you guys evolved creatively and personally from Smash until Let the Bad Times Roll? We haven't grown
up. We haven't grown up any, that's for sure.
Evolved.
Yeah,
that's a tricky word.
Or the shift in the creative process. The technology has changed so much.
We used to drink Schaefer beer, like the cheapest of the cheap beer, and now we drink
Black Label Schaefer.
Now we drink like Budweiser. So we've evolved.
Wow.
I prefer Mexican lagers.
Mexican lager. Okay.
Mexican lager.
Yeah. Ooh, you're the hoity-toity one.
Yeah. Imported.
Ooh. Whenever you're back in town, whenever that is. We have our own radio station beer. It's a collab with a local brewery here. I will personally bring you a case with a bow, and I'll bring it to you like a serf bringing it to like a queen or a king. I'll just present it to you and be like, try this out, see how it goes.
All right,
that'd be awesome.
We will knight you.
I can't wait.
Well, you asked how we evolve, but we didn't give you a real answer. Did you actually want a real answer?
Well, I am curious to hear the landscape, both creatively and promotionally, has changed so much from 94 to 2021. How have you adjusted from the promotional experience of Smash to now? Whereas, you'd have to be hopping into radio stations to, in 94 to interview live. But now in 2021, we're doing it virtually. You have to do a social media campaign. Do you enjoy that growth, or do you find it to be kind of gross?
Oh, I think it's, well, first of all, I love social media. I have a lot of fun on Twitter. I just realized I have 12,000 followers now.
All right.
Yeah. So I just have fun going back and forth. I don't take
1,000.
Yeah, 12,000 followers. Yeah, totally. That's like a record for me because I never had that before.
So you embrace it, because I know there's a lot of poo-pooing of social media, and rightfully so. But it can be ugly. It can be a super ugly place. I try not to take it too seriously. I try to just have fun with it, and you're gonna get some snark back. I usually just either mute them or ignore them.
It can be ugly. I mean, We came up playing shows for 100 people. So there was definitely an immediacy with the audience and stuff. And that's what I think is good about the way bands interact with their fans now. Is it is more immediate than it used to be. And I think that's a good thing.
For sure.
Mhm.
I'm getting looked at. Is it time to,
Is it time to wrap it up?
I guess
think
so.
This is it. Well,
We're
guys,
getting,
all right. Well, we can only talk about beer, ice cream, and the progression of modern music promotion for so long. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. We look forward to hearing the album in April.
Awesome. Nice talking to you.
thanks, man.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.